and our guest, and Victoria. Victoria, you surprised me with this speech. When I saw the title of hurtful or helpful, I thought it was going to go a different way of discouraging people from being hurtful in the evaluation. And you came out, and I almost felt like I was in your Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu speech where you were like, we're going for it today. Yeah, if you actually were arguing for the hurtful evaluations, that those are helpful. So that was very surprising to me. I love your confidence when you come up here and speak. I love how you just speak and it flows so naturally. You have great pauses. You're not afraid to just be quiet and not fill that space and then move on to your next thought. I also liked how you gave us a perspective on evaluation of why we're learning to speak honestly. It's for life. When you have to say hard things to people, and you gave us different scenarios that put us emotionally in those places, that we're very vulnerable of talking to a child that's about ready to go off and live a homeless life, or confronting a boss, or saying goodbye to a loved one. That really brought us in to our emotions so we could see this is why we need to learn how to give good evaluation. That was powerful. Some suggestions. One is, it seemed like it was a little bit of a slow start. I like when people put some of that background prefacing information that you had about Wayne. If you put that in the intro, just have the Toastmaster read that. They could read a couple paragraphs if needed, just so you don't have to do that. So when you get in, you're saying, today I'm going to share with you some lessons that I learned from a very important Toastmaster in my life. And then you get right into it. You don't have to give us that background. But secondly, maybe you could do a part 2 of this speech, because I was wanting to hear some specific examples of evaluations, maybe from Wayne, maybe from other people in that club that have really helped you. That would go a long way, just so we can see how that works. Like for me, I go back to when I gave my icebreaker back 11 years ago in California. My feedback that I got, even on my icebreaker, was that I was looking at the ceiling most of the time. And it was just one continuous story because it was chronological. So I just went and so that was so helpful for me because I didn't know that's how I communicated. So it is kind of like, oh, okay, that feels abrupt, like hearing that, but it was helpful. And then I was able to move on from that. So wonderful speech. Looking forward to hopefully part 2. Great job, Victoria.
Center now will be giving an evaluation.